Everyone thinks Adam and Eve were punished for being bad, but the story might be telling us something completely different. It wasn't about God's anger. It was about their own shame. They didn't just eat a fruit. They invited a new, powerful emotion into the human experience. Before that moment, the text says they were naked and unashamed. Think about that. It's a state of total transparency, zero ego, complete self-expression. But the instant they ate, their world didn't get bigger. It got smaller. They didn't feel enlightened. They felt exposed, vulnerable, and flawed for the first time. And here's the crucial psychological pivot. They didn't hide because they feared a lightning bolt from an angry God. They hid because they couldn't face what they had become. We call it the fall. But for them, it was the world's very first identity crisis. Imagine the deafening silence in that garden. A space that was once perfect. Then a voice. God doesn't show up with a sword and a list of charges. He shows up for a walk, just like he always did. He asks a question he already knows the answer to. Where are you? This isn't a courtroom interrogation. This is the first therapy session in human history. God isn't looking for a confession. He's looking for a connection. Adam's response is the blueprint for every human defense mechanism ever since. He doesn't say, I messed up. He says, I was afraid, so I hid. He wasn't hiding from a judge. He was hiding from the version of himself he could no longer stand to look at, the version that felt broken and exposed. But notice God's response. Before the exile, before the sweat and the struggle, God does something incredibly tender. The text says, He made them clothes of skin. Before he sent them out into a harsh world, he covered the very thing they were trying to hide. He validated their new need for protection. Shame wasn't in the fruit itself. It came from this sudden, painful realization that they were no longer whole. But the story doesn't end on their exposure. It ends with their vulnerability being gently covered. So, next time you feel that deep urge to hide, to run from your mistakes, ask yourself, are you running from a punishment, or are you just afraid of being seen? Thanks for watching. If this gave you a new perspective, hit that subscribe button for more.